Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a quick flip through of my November daily albums in my Traveler's Notebook. If you haven't seen these and want to watch the process, I will link the playlist below for you. But also I got a comment from Mistylee, and she was wondering how many of my supplies from my first video were left over once I finished this project. So I'm going to do a quick flip through and then I will kind of give you guys a peek into what's left from when I worked on this. So here we go. Again, it's 2 Traveler's Notebooks that I made myself. I will link also below the tutorial for Dearly D's tutorial because that's what I used, except for I used all scrapbook paper. So the cover here, I just used some large alpha. I think they were from Pink Paisley. They're pretty old. The first page here, just the view from my window. This is kind of a gratitude album if you haven't seen anything on this album yet. So I'm just focusing on the little things that make me happy more so than what happened on a given day. So the first day, this was the view from my office. The second day was a new song came out from Vance Joy, one of my favorite singers. So I just did a screenshot of my iPhone when I was listening to it. The third day, this is also the view from my office, but the trees were kind of changing, and that was just really beautiful. So I just wanted a picture of that for the third day. The fourth day was not in my process videos, but it was just that Casey and I were just having kind of a fun day together. So just some outfit pictures, and it was actually like kind of fall-like outside. It's been pretty warm here, or at that point it had. Day 5 is just soft pretzels because soft pretzels are the best, and we got one at the mall that day. Day 6 was also just a photo from our walk. If you haven't seen the other videos, we just take a walk at work every day to kind of break up the day. November was a pretty hard month, so I tried to use a lot of gratitude quotes and things like that to sort of fill things in. So I liked this quote, "Patience attracts happiness. It brings near that which is far," which I just thought was really beautiful, and I just embellished with some 1 canoe 2 puffy florals. On day 8, just another picture of the 2 of us that I really liked. A lot of these days are just being really grateful for our relationship with some other things going on, and that's kind of stressful. So yeah, that's all I'm documenting there. On day 9, we made a travel video from our trip to New York, and we put a song in the background by a band that I really like, and so I just put some quotes, like a quote from the lyrics in here, and just put in a photo of our feet from our walk that day as well, and used some wood veneer stars from Studio Calico. Day 10 was the day that Taylor Swift's album came out, and also Casey's new D&D book came out. So he was cracking me up saying, live your best life, and taking some pictures of these 2 items. So I made him let me take a picture of him too, which I just thought was pretty cute because he was making me laugh. Day 11, my sister Olivia came over for a crafting afternoon, which was fun. The next day was another quote, "When it hurts, observe. Life is trying to teach you something," which I thought was really appropriate for the month. And I used these wood veneer stickers from Target's Dollar Bin last year. Oops. Day 13 was World Kindness Day, so I did this quote from the live-action Cinderella movie from a few years ago. And on the 14th, we were just kind of busying ourselves to distract from some other things that were going on. So I was making some Christmas tags, and Casey was doing a lot of wrapping, and we were hyper-focused on what we could accomplish. Day 15, I was working on some advent calendar stuff. Day 16 is another quote. "It's not happy people who are grateful, it is grateful people who are happy," which I just thought was really nice. Just again using lots of scraps from making my notebook. The 17th, we found this really pretty leaf. So I just another picture from our walk. The 18th was my 10,000 day birthday, and we went to see Waitress, the musical, in Kansas City, and that was really great. It was so fun, and it's one of my favorite movies, so we had a blast seeing the musical. So I just did a little bit of journaling. We took a walk around our neighborhood on the 19th and noticed some things that we hadn't noticed before, including these pretty trees that had these little berries on them. And it was also actually cold that day too, and so we were feeling like, oh, it's finally starting to be the right temperature outside. The 20th was a really hard day. We were taking my sister to the airport, and there were some logistical issues and communication issues, and so she did not make her flight, and it was just kind of stressful, but I was trying to focus on being thankful for her and her smile on that day, because even though it was really hard, like you can see she's playing thumb wrestling with Casey there, and it just made me smile even though it was a hard day, so wanted to capture that in here. On the 21st, my sister and my nephew came over, and we just kind of hung out because we were both feeling pretty stressed, so that was a nice evening, a nice distraction. I always like getting to see my nephew and my sister. And then the last one here is just a Thanksgiving checklist of all the things we're going to make or bring to Thanksgiving. And yeah, so that's all of book 1. Book 2 here. Oops, that's the back. It starts with day 22, which is the day that we made our pies for Thanksgiving. And so I did this quote from Waitress the movie. It's actually lyrics. Gonna make a pie with a heart in the middle. And then we're going into Thanksgiving, so I just did this little divider page that says Thanksgiving on it. And we didn't take any family photos on Thanksgiving, but I just included a photo of the table and the food and used this Gather Together sticker. Here's just kind of another filler page. It was kind of busy with the unicorns here, so I just stapled in a piece of glassine and stamped on it with a Kelly Perky stamp. We also on Thanksgiving try to watch episodes of our favorite television shows that are Thanksgiving episodes. So we watched the first 4 New Girl Thanksgiving episodes, and then the Gilmore Girls one, which is my favorite episode of Gilmore Girls ever. So I just wanted to document those things pretty quickly. The day after Thanksgiving, we put lights on the house, and Casey did most of that on the ladder. So I just have some pictures of it happening here, and then I have a picture of the house with lights on it at the bottom. It just looks really good. It's been such a treat to drive up to the house once it's dark, anytime we drive up to the house, so we've been really loving that. It was also the day that my in-laws, I don't know if they put up the trees that day or not, but the cats were both sleeping in the exact same spot under the tree, which I just thought was really cute, so I went ahead and added that too. Here's just a filler page and some Thanksgiving selfies that Casey and I tried to take, but they just weren't turning out very well. Like one of them was backwards and all that, so I wanted to include that as well. Again, once I got to the second notebook, I just had some extra pages, so I was trying to add some more filler things. The next 2 days we were at home, kind of working on projects and watching movies and things, and so if I was working on this album or anything like that, I would have Call the Midwife on, which is a show that I've been getting back into and really enjoying. The 27th was the day that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got engaged, so I just wanted to put that in here. It's kind of a happy news, happy moment. The 28th, our little cat Scali got sick, so we took him to the 24-hour vet. So I was just grateful that 24-hour vets were a thing and that we could take him to see somebody, even though it was stressful. So I did this quote here, interrupt anxiety with gratitude, just because I felt like it kind of fit the time that we were having with poor little Scali and his health problems, and that kind of lasted for a few days. So yeah, just trying to focus on the positives, that was an option for us to take him. The 29th, we were still pretty much working on cat stuff. All kinds of things happen when your cat goes to the vet, because you come home with medicine and your cat smells different, and then your other cat doesn't like it anymore, and yeah, it's just a little crazy. So day 29 was just about little breaks, food, and we went to a concert for an hour or two in the evening, and my in-laws watched the cats. So I was grateful for those breaks. On this page here is just a filler page, and I just wanted to recreate what I did in October, which was something that I saw on Dear Lizzie's Instagram, and it kind of just is a list of things you want more of, and I thought that it would be interesting by season or month, and so I did another one here. So, you know, more gratitude, more giving, more flannel, stuff like that. Just kind of captured that on this page. On the 30th, the cats were finally kind of getting along again, and so I was really grateful for that. And that kind of rounds out the month. So here I just did my best memories of the month, and yeah, that's my whole roundup for these two albums from November. So now I'm going to show you guys what I have left from the supplies that I pulled, since Mistylee said she wanted to see that. So I'll show quickly the bin that you can't see very well, and then I'll kind of get out a few things and just kind of show you, do kind of a list of what I didn't need to buy probably and did anyway. So I did not really use any of the extra papers except for the vellum, which I used a little less than half of. I didn't plan to use them, I just wanted to have them on hand in case I needed them. It does look like I used a little bit of the extra brown one as well. I used a few of these wood veneer stickers, which is good. My basket's kind of falling over on me. I used up these Amy Tangerine Alpha, and I mostly used numbers, but that's a good start because I hadn't used any of it yet before this project, and now I'm really kind of liking it, so I am hoping to continue using those. For the scraps, from cutting down my traveler's notebook, each 12 by 12 page had a scrap this size and then another smaller scrap. And because I used so many papers, I think that I actually did really well in using so many of the pieces. In the flip through you saw I used a lot of scraps from this, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with how much of this has been used. I think I can probably, there's also some white chipboard scraps in here because my cat likes to eat them, so I've been putting them in this little pocket so that he doesn't eat them. But anyway, I think that I did pretty well on using the scraps. I could see myself maybe making a tiny ringed album, like my mini albums that I've made before, which I can link below if you haven't seen those and are interested, and maybe using mostly white paper and then kind of these things to embellish. So I feel good about how much of those I'd use, because again, these were all some papers that I was kind of struggling with how I was going to use them, so I'm feeling good about that. I used these white alpha that I had from A Beautiful Mess. They don't have any numbers, which is mostly what I did, so I don't think that I ended up using any of these because I'm out of A's and E's, and yeah, I don't think I used them. I did use them in October. I did get out these stickers, keeping in mind that I wasn't going to use gold. I used quite a few. I used some florals and some plus signs and hearts from these One Canoe 2 stickers. I don't think I used any of this Maggie Holmes because a lot of it that's left is gold. And I don't think I used this one either because a lot of it is also gold. But that's okay. Oh, I may have used a floral. I'm not sure. I only used one paper clip, which is too bad, but that's okay. I can use them for other things later. I obviously used a lot of Kelly Perky's White Alpha, because I use that on everything. I did not use these. or these, or these. But I did use some of these Berry Alpha, which I've had forever, and I've been having trouble using them up, so I was happy to use any number of those. I used a couple Project Life cards. I used one heart from these of my old washi strips. I used quite a few of those. These are really, really old, so I'm very happy about that. Let's see. I got these from Studio Calico. I'm struggling to find the other sheet right now, the gray ones, but you can see I used a good number of those. A lot of the fall specific ones I used, and since they're white, they will be really easy to use in other months, and like I said, a lot of them aren't fall related anymore, so I can use them in other seasons too. From this old Studio Calico chipboard, I used every single copper one, which is awesome. I only used one of these canvas things, but these are literally one of the first Project Life supplies that I bought probably 3 years ago, and so I was happy to get any of them used. I used quite a few of these pink puffy stickers from One Canoe 2, which is awesome because I mentioned in some videos that I've been using the mint ones a lot and struggling with the others, so I was really happy to use up a lot of pink. I used some of these One Canoe 2 washi tapes. I think I used each of these at least one time. I don't love this one, but I actually used it a lot in the album just to add color here and there, so I feel really good about using these, especially since a few of them were ones that I wasn't that excited about using in the first place. And then I used quite a bit of random ephemera as well. It's pretty hard to like show how much of it I used, especially since some of it is not the right colors for the project, with being a lot of gold and all that. Yes, sorry, let's clean this up. I also, the other thing that I did a great job of using, which was a really big goal, was to use up some of these cork letters from One Canoe 2, and also, I don't know where they are right now, but the ones from the messy boxes that were smaller, I used almost all of those as well, which is awesome because I don't always think about using cork in my everyday project life, so I really loved that. And I also had these, which I had no idea how I would ever use them, and I used 2, so I call that pretty good. Let's see here. I did purchase these washi tape for the project, and I did use them a few times, but 1, they don't stick very well, and 2, they're kind of busy. So I probably could have done without buying these, but you know, that's like $3 that I'll never get back, so it's okay. I'm all right with it. The other thing is that I did not use a ton of these tags, but I need to go back and add some hidden journaling in a few places just because I didn't really want to share everything that was kind of going on that month, because it was pretty crazy around here. So I think that is most of the stuff that I used for this project. Yeah, let me find the enamel dots real quick because that will be interesting. Okay, wow. That took forever to find these. And also here's Scallywag. He's hanging out with me. But I just wanted to show the enamel dots because I've had these for a very long time and I only have one copper one left now. I might actually just try to find a spot for it so I can get rid of the last copper one. These were actually with my December daily because I want to use the gold ones. You can see with the plus signs I used all the pink except for one really light pink and I used all the tan also except for one. So I'm going to try to use a lot of teal in my December daily as well. And then I think I used one of these. Again, I'm struggling with the triangles. But yes, I feel really good about using up some old things in my albums. And I think, again, I could make a mini album out of some of the paper that's left. But yeah, I think it worked out really well. It was a super fun project focused on gratitude. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. But hopefully that was helpful and you enjoyed looking at my album. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye. Scale says bye too. Say bye. Bye.